We're three millennial Latina first-time moms and entrepreneurs who connected at the start of our radio careers. From partying at nightclubs to figuring out night feeds, we've been friends for 14 years.
We're not experts, just honest moms navigating motherhood together, from pregnancy and the newborn stage to toddlerhood, one phase at a time.
We're excited to share what we've learned, what we wish we'd known, and everything in between.
Welcome to Nightclubs to Night Feeds. Episode 19, season finale.
What?
Wow. Season 1, we're putting a bow on everything. Wow. Where the hell are we now?
Right.
Where are we now?
It's been a year.
So much has changed in
Where
this year.
are we now? Where are our babies now?
Yeah.
Our babies
and
not so
all
babies.
Of you and your babies at now. All
yeah.
you listeners.
So for people who may not know, we have been recording this season for almost a year.
Yep.
Yes.
And have been following from like conception to newborn stage and all the way up to
the
where
hard
we're at
stuff,
now.
the good stuff, the everything in
Everything.
between stuff, our stuff. Our last episode, generational trauma, which is something that we will continue to deal
Unwind,
with as
yeah.
mothers for our entire motherhood
Facts,
and
yeah.
life.
Yep.
But when we started this show, Santi was 10 months old.
Crazy. Yeah, Saint was
God.
16 months.
And Poppy was a little over 2.5.
And now Santi is 19 months,
Crazy.
20 months.
Yeah, Saint is 26 months, 7 months.
He turned 2.
Right.
Yeah, he's 2.
You have a 2-year-old.
Almost 2.5, which is
2-year-olds.
insane.
Yeah.
Halfway to 2.5.
Wait, really quick recap of that because you said you didn't want to do a second birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
glad I didn't do a second birthday.
what
Fuck
did you
that.
do?
We went to Disneyland.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Perfect second
and
birthday.
yeah, and I've heard people like say, "Nah, never take your kids to Disneyland if they're under 2 or 3." I'm like, no.
But
terrible
what have I been
advice.
telling you since day one?
Literally, yeah. No, it was great. Saint loved it. At 2 years old, going to Disneyland, he had so much fun.
Yeah.
the best.
We're
Those were
planning
best.
our first Disney trip
Oh,
next
that's
month.
gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
God.
And Santi's walking now.
Yeah.
He's running.
He's running, he's walking, he is climbing everything. And we're going to stay the night. So I'm excited to give him
I
like
love
the
that.
full experience.
experience,
Yeah, we're going to
yes.
stay a few nights.
Yeah.
And
Do you know where you guys are staying? Or you still haven't
yeah.
booked it? Okay.
No, we
Amazing.
know where we're staying.
Yep.
It also falls on our 4-year wedding anniversary. So it's our 4-year wedding anniversary and Santi's first time at Disneyland.
Oh,
And,
that's gonna
and
be
our
dope.
wedding anniversary is 2 nights because we had a 2-night wedding. Like
Yes.
we had a whole
Oh,
Both
yeah.
dates.
both dates.
Amazing.
And so both dates we will be at Disneyland, staying overnight.
fun.
So I'm super excited. Where is Poppy? What is
Poppy's
our Poppy
3
girl
and a
doing?
half. She is as feisty as ever. We just started gymnastics officially this week, and
She's such a little cutie gymnastics
my
girl.
gosh,
So cute.
She loves it. Did not listen to a goddamn thing the whole time from the teacher, but we're gonna get past that.
She's an independent woman.
Love that for her.
Yeah.
Aquarius through and through, does not want to be told what to do. So
That's right. She has the same birthday as my sister.
Yep. Does not
This
want to be
makes
told what
so
to
much
do
sense.
ever.
Yeah.
And so literally it was so hard because we also tried swimming. That's been a new.
Oh, yeah.
So this 3 and
Yeah.
a half age is like, oh my God, so much more opens up in terms of like what kind of classes and not mommy and me classes, which
Yeah.
is what I was looking forward to because I didn't initially like want to have to be in the pool every time. I took her to gymnastics before. And it was basically me just like teaching her the class. And I was like, I could do this at home.
Oh, yeah.
Why am I paying this person to like teach this class when it's literally we're both doing it together? So now I'm excited that she's at the age where she goes into these classes and can like meet friends and like be with other kids. And something that's super important to us is like her listening to directions from somebody else and she's not in school. Which, yeah, obviously she does need, as the majority of the class she was definitely not listening to anything the teacher had to say. But towards the end, like I would say 10% of the class, towards the end she was like, oh, okay, I see where this is going.
It's like I understand kind of what's happening
Yes,
here.
on my own terms. I'll listen when I want to, and
Yeah.
like we'll
I
get
love
there. But she was having the time of her life, and I feel like it was so interesting because I met another mom there, and both of us, our daughters are the same age, and we were both kind of like, oh my God, this is the first time where they're like behind a glass. We like can't intervene, right? Which I feel like this age is that, I think. It's like
a little more independent.
Yes. And like literally
Hands
there's
off.
glass
Yeah.
between us, you know? And I'm so
Wow.
used to like being on the playground with her where when something happens, I can just grab her or like, oh, sorry, you know, like, sorry, my kid's being crazy or like whatever it is, or protecting her from other kids. I was like, oh, wow, I can't do that anymore.
Oh,
Right now, at
man.
least, you know?
Yeah.
And so I did have a lot of anxiety. I was like, oh my God, especially because as a type A mom, I wanted her to listen and I wanted to like tell her, listen, you know, but she obviously couldn't hear me. And so I was like joking with other moms.
She was loving it. She's like, man, I can't hear nothing mom is
Right.
saying. Thank
She's
goodness.
like, this is our break from me, our 1 hour break a day, a week
Yeah.
from each other. So I was saying this to the other mom and I was like, as a control freak type A mom, my daughter was given to me to teach me patience and to like teach me this lesson because it's so hard for me not to control a situation. And there I'm just watching her just live her life and the teacher's trying to get her to listen and she's like, no. And so
But also, those teachers know
Yes.
that not every kid is going to listen.
Right.
Like you, because you're her
Yes.
mom, you're so focused
Yes.
on like, why isn't she listening? And the teacher's like,
they're like,
they're
this
always
is
going to
normal.
have those
Yeah.
kids
This
that
is
aren't
normal.
gonna listen.
And
Yeah.
the mom who I met, her daughter, she was like, my daughter's such a rule follower. Like she was the first one in line holding the teacher's hand. And I'm looking at that little girl and I'm like, that was me. That was me as a kid. Like I was teacher's pet. Always got made fun of for being teacher's pet. I was like first in line, the good listener. And so having a daughter that's like completely opposite of me, I was like, oh my God, I need to develop sign language now because she's not listening to me. I need to have signs to be like, and the whole time I'm literally like, go up there, listen to the teeth. You know, I'm gritting my teeth and she's just smiling at me like, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Wait, but isn't this kind of a beautiful thing? Because the last episode we're talking about generational trauma, right? And so
Yes.
okay, I'm not a therapist, but from the work that I've done with myself too, a lot
Yep.
of the times when we're controlling in that way is because we need to control the situation because the situation could be explosive.
Yes.
And so if you can have hands on, then you know you won't get in trouble. You won't be like yelled at if you're like
Yep.
being like proper and you know
Listening
behaving,
and-
which like we've kind of talked about internally that like us, we were like we
right,
don't
what
like
was
that
going
word.
on at
Yeah.
home to
Yep.
like
Right.
where Kristine wanted to be like the perfect
Yes.
child or the
Yes.
Right.
perfect student because she didn't want to get hit. She
Yes,
didn't want to get
get hurt.
scolded.
Yeah. And now Poppy is like, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm over here on this bar. I'm
Yep.
balancing over here. Y'all over there.
Yeah.
Right. So that's
I
kind of like
know.
just like a perspective shift because like how beautiful is that actually?
I know.
That she has
Frustrating,
the
but
freedom.
beautiful.
Frustrating
Yeah.
but beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. We were talking about it because I'm like, it's hard finding that balance, right? As a parent of like, you don't want your kid to be a follower, you know?
Right.
Like, it's hard because sometimes you want them to be a rule follower.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like being just a straight follower when it comes to like making friends and like all that kind of stuff, it's like, oh, you know, this is the age now, I guess, where it's developing and it'll only continue this way of like having the conversations with them about, okay, these are the things we listen to the teachers about. And right now, obviously, she's not at the age where she fully understands that. So my approach is like to pep talk her before we go to the class. Like, okay, you know, I did kind of before the first class, but it was her first class, so she didn't know what to expect. But now I'm like, okay, when the teacher says like line up, make sure you line up with the rest of the kids so that you can have more fun, you know,
Yeah.
like trying to sell it in the way that's like, okay, at least maybe try to listen, but
yeah.
definitely letting her, I guess, like
Be herself.
be herself.
And
yeah,
her
'cause
exploring
it's-
and her wanting to explore isn't a bad thing.
yes.
Like because you
Agreed.
showed us the video and
Yeah.
she's like, all the classes over there, and she's kind of over there, but
Right.
she's exploring. Again, it was a new gym,
Yeah.
it was a new
Right.
class. She didn't know anything, so like go off.
Meanwhile,
and
she's
explore.
like doing everything correctly on all of the things.
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
like, and the mom sitting next to me, she's like, well, she may not be listening to the teacher, but she knows exactly what to do. Look at her. And I'm like, I know. Then all the other kids are copying her because they're seeing what she's doing. And I'm like, that's
The
my
leader.
girl.
The
That's
leader.
my girl.
That's a great trait to have.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
she gets older, having that trait,
I know. It's
that's
so
really
true.
dope.
It's
Something
so
that
true.
that us three have like lightly talked about, but it was through voice note where we're talking about like behaving, and I was like, I don't like that word.
Behaving, yeah.
Behaving, because a part of me, and this also might be because I'm like a Sagittarius and also Aquarius moon, I also don't like being told what to do. I like to figure it out on my own. But when someone tells me or like says something about a child behaving, I'm like, okay, multiple things happening at the same time, because like, yeah, we want our child to live in it, to be part of society and not like a wild child. And at the same time, like, is it behaving because he's being inconvenient to you? or is it him just like being a 2-year-old?
Yep.
Because if nothing else, this is a time for him to like splash loud and like be
run
loud
around and get out of line.
Yeah, because it's not acceptable any other time when he's like 25 or like I don't know, like whatever age. It's not acceptable. So it's like let him be. You know,
the healthy expression, like because in the last episode talking about the generational trauma and like us like shaking out trauma or like doing when the kids do certain things when they're frustrated. I feel like Poppy has developed this new thing where she stomps instead of she stomps or she screams instead of like hitting another. If like somebody takes a toy away from her, before she would just like yank the toy or she would like hit their hand to like get the toy, you know? And now she started this new thing where she just like stomps in place, very like I'm mad, but she doesn't phically touch the other child.
And that's like her way of exerting her frustration.
And at first I was like looking at it like, don't like in my head, my initial reaction is to be like, don't do that because it's clearly everybody's looking at you have a tantrum is like my initial previous like mind on it.
Yeah.
And then I look at that and I am like, actually, that's a very healthy way to let out the frustration.
Super healthy.
Because you're not hurting anybody. You're still allowing yourself to feel the emotion because it's okay to be frustrated that somebody took a toy away from you. And yeah, it's not hurting you or anyone else.
Yeah.
You know? And so like after like a few days of her doing that, I was like, oh, this is the new thing, you know? And so I looked at her, I'm like, that's such a good way, baby, to let out the frustration. You could stomp it away. Stomp all the way down the hallway if you want. Stomp all the way back. Like, this is great. This is a new phase, you know?
And she's taught that to herself.
Yes.
Like
she just started, I'm like, none of us be stomping, you know? She
Miss Rachel
started
stomps.
doing it. That
She
is
does
true.
Stomp,
That is
stomp.
true.
Yep.
That is so true. Where are you guys at with like at this age, like tantrums, like stirring, like dealing with emotions at this age?
I want to know what Krystal
I feel like
says.
I'm
for the
more in it
boys.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. And so I feel like when you were having it, definitely when you were having it, I wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look at my little baby.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't a
now-
tantrum yet.
Right.
He's
Now,
not having tantrums.
Undeniably, he has tantrums.
Yeah.
And he does not like the word no. And I was telling Henry, like, I don't know why he has this bad idea of the word no, because we didn't teach him that. And even Miss Rachel is like the guilty pleasure, and like when we need a moment, it's Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
Even she doesn't teach that no is bad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he just knows that no means whatever he's doing, we don't want him to do, and he can't do anymore. And that's when his tantrums happen. But it's like that word is so triggering for him. So I'm currently trying to teach him that no doesn't have to be so triggering for him. For example, our dogs will like get all over him and he'll try to push them off. And he loves saying Ray. That's one of our dogs. He goes, Ray. And like Ray will be licking him or whatever. And I said, tell Ray no. Like you could use the word no too. So I'm trying to teach him. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you tell Ray, no, Ray. And so I'm just trying to do that. But the tantrums and the word no are heavily a thing right now.
Ooh. Wait, how do the tantrums look?
So it's always him getting on the floor. Like he won't be on the floor.
Throwing the head back?
He doesn't throw the head back
Okay.
as often. He's in Scorpion anymore. Unless he's like in the high chair. And we tell him no. In the high chair and he can't get on the floor. Then he just Scorpions back.
Yep.
But before it was Scorpion for like
everything.
At any moment. Now it's just, which also scares me though, because I was telling you girls off mic, like he loves playing around the stairs.
Oh yeah.
And climbing the stair posts, which are like wooden.
Yep.
And I'll like have him get off and I'll say like, no, you can't play right there. And he'll just get on the floor and tantrum. And sometimes I just pick him up and move him like right there. Like tantrum right there. Like don't tantrum so close to the stairs, tantrum over there. But I let him have his moment and have his tantrum. And both of us have noticed like if we just walk away and like, okay, bye, I'll be over here. He gets up like, wait a second. Like, why aren't you looking at me tantrum? He wants, a tantrum is also like they want the attention. So, and he wants us to see that he's mad and frustrated. So I'm like, I'm not going to give you that attention that you want, but I'll be over here. And when you're ready to play, like mom's in your room. Yeah. So I'll like just go to his room and I'll be there, and then he'll come, like we've said, like, oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Bring me his favorite book, which by the way is Small World right now.
Yeah. We have that one too. The Golden Book?
Yes.
The OG book.
On repeat, the Golden Book. So I'm really excited about Disneyland now because I'm hoping that he can connect, and I'm probably going to take the book because we still aren't watching movies. So he doesn't know Disney characters. He doesn't know Mickey Mouse yet, but he knows Small World. And like,
that's cute.
On repeat, that book.
Have you put on the song for him?
No.
Put on the song
oh
for
my
him.
gosh, that's such a good idea. Yes.
I put on all the songs for him because then
he does know.
You know.
Yeah, he has a playlist. I don't know why I haven't put that song, but he does know like the Lion King songs.
Okay.
The Little Mermaid songs. That's Henry's like favorite go-to song for karaoke. Don't ask me why.
Little Mermaid?
Yes, part of your world. Oh my gosh.
I feel like I was just introduced to a whole another side of Henry that I didn't know existed.
Videos of this. This man.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Okay, we knew about the Star Wars obsession.
Yeah.
The Little Mermaid is new.
LOL.
Yes.
You should show him also for anybody else who has babies around this age too. Like Tiki Room is a great one, so you can show them the Tiki Room inside Disneyland. It's where the Dole Whip is.
Oh, yes,
it's by like Indiana Jones and stuff.
Yes.
So I feel like especially
we're gonna have to do a whole
babies,
episode for the Kristine hacks for Disneyland. I feel to be honest.
I'm ready, guys. I'm ready. I've been waiting for this moment.
No, really, I'm gonna need
but the
all
Tiki
of those.
Room song, and then you could take them in there because the babies love looking at the birds. And like it does get slightly scary when there's like a little bit of thunder, but you can just like play with them during that time.
Yeah.
I also want to take because I know there's like the nursing room at Disneyland that not a lot of people know about. But I want to take him in the nursing room where they have like the nice diaper changing tables and like he can have a minute in there if like things get too crazy. Yeah. But also that's why I wanted to stay overnight too because I feel like it can be a lot.
It can.
And we just recently traveled to Colombia and like we stayed on nap time so on point. I don't want to like go to Disneyland and mess it up.
Is he at one nap now?
Yeah.
One nap.
One nap.
Yeah.
At what time usually? And like how long?
It's usually at noon.
Okay.
And the time varies. I still can't crack the code on why. Sometimes it'll be an hour and a half. Sometimes it'll be 2.5 hours. And I'm like, how do we make it 2.5 hours all the time?
Every time.
But it's still he's only been doing that for like 2 weeks. So I'm like hoping as we go
to the adjusting,
he will get sold on the 2.5 hours.
Yeah, wait, so where's Saint now with the naps?
Girl, we're still trying to figure that out, honestly. Because sometimes...
Sleep as a whole or just naps?
Both. Yeah. No, naps are like weird. Because remember, I texted you guys, he's like, he'll fight his nap. Like, he gets wonky. He doesn't want to nap. And now I'm not nursing him to sleep anymore. So it's like, is he taking that? Like, I don't know.
Wait, so the last time we spoke, you and I were still nursing. And now you and I are officially not nursing.
We're not nursing.
Oh, my God.
I know. Wait, why? No.
Good job.
No, don't get emotional.
Oh, my God.
No. Yeah, it's like it happened within the week. Like 3 days ago. Yeah.
And for you?
Yeah, it stopped.
For me, it's been a few months. So just that adjusting, but I still have milk.
Wow.
Which is so crazy to me.
Which is so wild. Yeah. But I don't have mastitis because I've had mastitis 4 times, which I've shared about.
Yeah.
So was a fear for me. Yeah. And I went to my like annual checkup with the OB and I was like, girl, you want to see? Like I could go and like milk will come out right now. And she's like, no, like I believe you, but it's because you were a heavy supplier.
Oh, yeah.
And so because you're a heavy supplier, it's going to take longer for your body to naturally wean itself.
If you squeezed your boob right now, would milk come out?
Yes.
Like just like one squeeze?
Yes, that's all I do. That's all I do is like it's right there.
Wow.
So you can like low-key make like little popsicles for him if you wanted
Yeah, but I can't. I can, but I don't want to do that because then I'm going to tell myself, my body that I need the milk and I don't.
You know what? Low-key, because my body, like it's just this week, I'm a little afraid of mastitis because I'm starting to feel weird today. And I've had mastitis one time before and I remember I got sick. And I was like, and today, like, we've been hanging out today for a few hours.
A little sneezy.
And, like, my voice feels weird. And I remember the last time I got sick, or, like, the last time I got mastitis, I was sick. And then I remember at the same time, I was, like, part of my boob was, like, red. And it was really hard. Like, my boob was, like, underneath. It's really hard. And we have a picture in the green room. I have cabbage in my bra. Right now, I don't. I took it off the episode. But I have cabbage. Yes, I'm wondering if, like,
if that's what's happening.
I feel like it wouldn't happen this fast, though. Unless your body is
I don't know. Because last time I got mastitis, it was because I had a clogged
duct.
duct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was clogged for I think maybe like 2 days. So it happened fast. I don't know, girl.
Sunflower
but
supplements.
Wait, I
I
need to get
shared
that.
this on our
Yeah.
episode
Yes,
where we were talking
sunflower.
about breastfeeding to unclog the ducts.
Yeah.
It thins your milk. So the milk
Yeah.
literally doesn't get cloggy.
Wait, really
Yeah,
fun
yeah.
side note, everybody. I also have mastitis.
Still,
Oh
what?
my gosh, Kristine,
Why?
how? Because we didn't even know this was possible. So
I've
please
just had it
explain.
this whole time.
Okay, and
this whole season, I've had mastitis.
And Kristine stopped nursing years
How long
ago.
ago? But see, this
literally
is
been
like
years.
this is called something else. This is like a different type of mastitis because like
Yes.
same with my mastitis, like I wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah,
like
no,
I
no,
cannot
no.
speak with the
It's
mastitis
a
I had.
different
It's
type of
full
mastitis.
fever. Yeah. So
I
that's
text you
why I'm
guys the
like,
name when I was in the
how?
hospital, but I
Yeah.
can't remember the name now. Basically, yeah, it's not milk related. Like you don't have to be nursing, and
So like even men can get this mastitis.
apparently, but it's like very rare.
That's
Right.
weird.
And people,
But, like, good. Get
yeah,
it.
women can get it. It's called mastitis. What?
I hope you get it.
I hope they get it. We got a nurse. Okay, anyway. Let me
Mastitis
reel
is
back
just
my
like
feminism.
an infection in the boob, I guess.
Right.
And so any sort of like, so basically with me, I've been on 2 rounds of antibiotics. The last 2 times, just like it felt like mastitis, where it did get hard, it did get red. It looked like some was like trying to come out through the milk duct, like something was trying to come out through the milk duct. And so that's when I went in because I was like, it hurts like
Something's
severely. And I felt like I was going to start getting feverish because the boob was feeling red and like hot, really hot. So then they gave me a round of antibiotics. The antibiotics totally messed up my stomach. But
yeah,
now,
they're terrible.
yeah, terrible. But now I know that like Chinese medicine can help reverse that. So I'm
Facts.
like, I might do that again if I have to, if the pain gets to that point. But I am going to try to heal it holistically, which I've talked to the doctor about already. So because the Western doctors, they don't know. They're basically like, if you're not in pain, it's fine. Just leave it. Because we already tried the 2 different kinds of antibiotics that we would give you. And so for
Which
me,
is weird because like no, I want to get rid of it.
yeah, like
Right.
it's tender, like as if I'm breastfeeding. And if Poppy like lays on me, I'm like, oh, you know.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So for me, it's basically like, because when you have mastitis when you're breastfeeding, usually it's like one big lump. For this, it's as if one formed a second one, formed another one.
Oh my
So it's kind of like a web inside of my boob that like is connecting, and they just are deep in the tissue. So it's not like
Oh,
it's like at the
man.
surface. So basically, that's why they're like, it's fine unless it's bothering you because but
And
I'm
you're like,
still
yeah,
like,
it is bothering me. Like mentally, like I don't want it there.
yeah. So sometimes
It's
like
weird.
when I've had severe like fatigue or like felt really tired, I'm like, is this what is causing it? So yeah, I am going to try to heal it through Chinese medicine because I cannot do another round of antibiotics. I hope not to. Because yeah, it's just like the girl who did the ultrasound said that a lot of women do get this and not a lot of people talk about it or know about it. And for some people, it's very painful every single time. Thankfully for me, I'm grateful that it's not super,
Have you
know?
tried the sunflower supplements?
No, but now I'm thinking maybe I
Try
should.
that
You just
and the
ordered now.
probiotics, the breastfeeding probiotics, the
okay.
BioGaia.
BioGaia. Oh
It
yeah,
just
I give
breaks
Poppy
it
the
all
baby
down.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The BioGaia brand, has like all the baby stuff, but they
Yeah.
do the breastfeeding probiotics.
It might like break it all down.
Yes.
So it, like,
well, the
thins out.
sunflower supplements is supposed to break it all down.
Got it. Okay.
It like basically breaks down the milk. So since I was a heavy supplier, like I had
Yeah.
so much milk and it was just all coming out, which is what was contributing to the cloggedness. So the
Yeah.
sunflower makes
Helps.
it exactly.
Got
break
Okay,
it
it.
down.
I'm
Okay,
ordering
I
it
should
right
pro-
now.
yeah.
Overnighting it
Over-
for 4 a.m.
Sunflower
Yes.
supplements.
Okay,
And
so
there's, like,
stopping breastfeeding for both of you. Let's
which
talk
is
about
crazy.
the emotions.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to talk about the emotions and like sadness, happiness, what
For me,
yeah.
both. For me, I was, and I had shared with you guys, like, for me, I needed to stop breastfeeding and have like in between time until I really considered like baby number 2,
Oh, right.
Yep.
which is still on my radar. And now, like, even more because I haven't been breastfeeding.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I still have milk. So my body still is not fully, like, I still feel like it's postpartum because
Yeah.
my body's still producing milk. My hormones still haven't fully regulated
yeah.
to pre-pregnancy. But I was sad because it kind of came out of nowhere. Like, he told me
Oh, yeah.
he was done.
Mhm.
and I knew it was happening for like 2 weeks because he'd be on for like 15 seconds. And I'm like, dude, what happened?
Yeah.
I'm not ready. And not that like I needed him to be breastfeeding, but like that whole bonding moment.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to lose that.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much about the milk because the dude eats a lot. Like I know he's getting all of his calorie intake. I know he's getting all of his nutrients through food that we're giving him. For me, it was that moment, that one moment at night, that bedtime that we would get.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you cry when it initially stopped?
So I thought it had stopped on like one day, and I remember texting you guys, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna, like, tomorrow's gonna be the last day, and that's gonna be it. And then that day came, and that was it. So I kind of was at peace with it then. Yeah. And then I still kept on going for 3 more days. So it's kind of like I got 3 bonus days. Yeah. And I was okay with that because I had already said my piece and, like, told myself we're ending 3 days prior. Yeah. So I was prepared. I prepared myself as much as possible. It's just weird, like getting rid of the pillow and like the little arm pillow that I still use, like little things like that. Yeah. Like I think the pillow's still in my room. I haven't fully like put it in the garage or whatever because I'm like I've had this thing for so long, over a year, like with me, like almost 2 years now.
Your little buddy.
Wow. So man. I was ready. He was ready at the end of the day.
And it wasn't one of those things where like sometimes we do things and we don't know that it's the last time. Like I feel like for me, my last time breastfeeding too, I also knew, and I was able to like make a moment out of it. You had your peace with it. And it was like, okay. But yeah, it's still, I feel like those things were like, sometimes it's like the last bottle or the last time using the high chair or, you know, especially
last time using the high chair. When does that happen?
Yeah. Poppy's really fucking tall, so it was sooner than I wanted it to be, but I feel like I was keeping her in there, and Drew kept being like, I think she doesn't need the high chair anymore. Yeah. And I was like, what do you mean? Yes, she does.
Yeah, Saint's not. Saint is the type that I've noticed. He just stops. And he doesn't want to go back. And he did that with his bottle. He did that with the high chair. He's done that, I don't know what, now
Poppy
with breastfeeding.
Because she did it with the Passy too.
Yeah, and pacifier. Yep. Yeah. He just stopped. So I didn't know that the last time was the last time. Yeah, so he just didn't like to be like carried and put in there.
Yes.
So the type of high chair that we have is like it converts into a table, like a table with a chair. So we just have that in the bath.
It's not the Stoka?
No, it's a. I think
I always wondered how you said that. Stoka?
I don't know. That's how I say it.
Stokey?
Stoka?
I am. If anybody's listening to this that's a new parent, I would definitely do that for a second one. I'm sad we didn't get it. Yes.
Same.
Because I feel like all of my friends who have kids whose kids are now like 5 and 6, they still use that freaking chair. And I'm like, okay, fine. It was worth the $500 or whatever that costs.
Oh my gosh. Out of the high chair gives me anxiety. But also same. Like he every day hates getting put in the high chair.
Oh yeah.
Like he will wiggle his feet. I'm telling you, he'll scorpion.
Yeah.
So I know that's happening soon.
I still make Poppy do it sometimes at restaurants.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like, she may look like she's 5 years old, but I'm still putting her in the damn high chair because it's keeping her in place.
Yeah.
And every so often I'm like, okay, it's fine if she's not in it, but I still do try because
and you know what's like really annoying too? I've been this mom that's like wiping everything down, cleaning everything. Y'all know how I feel about like even the sterilizer.
Yep.
Every time we go, I have my disinfectant wipes. Like these restaurants don't clean.
They're so dirty.
I know.
They don't clean the high chairs.
I know.
And my gosh.
It's insane.
It's disgusting.
Even nice restaurants, I'm like, excuse me.
They don't wipe it down. Or
like
you
have to think these are little toddlers on high chairs. They're throwing food, spreading food. Like it's yucky.
Yeah. It's sticky.
Yeah. Wiping those down is disgusting.
I know.
Let's talk about where we all are with work and what is happening in our lives as far as work. I will start.
Go.
I think just because when we started this podcast, I felt very much like a new mom still.
Yeah.
So I was home, and also because I was still breastfeeding 4 times a day.
I remember.
Oh my God, 4 times a day.
That. Even when we would link up,
we had to be wrapping up
because he didn't do bottle, so I had to be there to feed him. So
his entire life he never did a bottle.
We would try. He did in the early stages because I think about this now and I'm like, this is crazy. I went on a bachelorette when he was 6 months old and he was on a bottle the whole weekend. But I remember I trained him for like 2 weeks leading up to like
take it?
the bottle. Yes.
Wait, Saint also never did a bottle?
He did a bottle, for a
Okay.
little bit. And
Okay.
then he just, I think 9 or 10 months, he said, nah.
And just did the boob.
Just did
Yeah.
after
Recently.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like after.
Until recently.
Up until recently.
Does he do a straw cup at all or no?
Yeah, he does
Okay.
straw cut. And he doesn't like any type of milk. Like he doesn't like any. I couldn't give him like, I don't know, like
Grass-fed
formula milk.
milk or, like, yeah.
He was like, Mom, no.
No.
What?
Yeah. Okay, so now that you're not breastfeeding 4 times a freaking day.
A day or at all a day.
Yeah.
Like it has given me more freedom, which I love. And so I've been taking on more work, more opportunities. And I also love that too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting like into my own flow, I feel.
Yeah.
That's
Again.
awesome.
Yeah. And it does feel awesome. And at the same time, I also haven't figured it out. Like for the past 2 weeks, I've probably been home once a day, a weekday, versus before I was home like 4 days a week.
Got it.
Now I'm only home one day a week. I'm missing bedtimes. I'm missing dinner. So that's really hard. And it's like stressful for me because I always did dinner and I always did bedtime and like the whole routine, you know? And not that like Henry can't do it because he does it too. Like we both do it.
Yeah.
But there's just certain things that I do during, you know, the bedtime routine that I'm like, what's going to happen now? Like I'm not there and nothing happens. The baby's fine. The baby goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And that makes me even sad too because I'm like, it's on me. Like it's me feeling that I'm gone too much now. And so like that has been messing with me mentally, I think. And then so I'm just like in a weird mood. Like I would think I would be like happy that these things are happening. And I am happy that they are happening. But then I'm also like, I notice when I'm driving to like these work situations or like if I have to go to record or like do an event, I'm like driving and I'm like in a weird mood. And I'll call my sister and I'm like, I'm in a weird mood. Like, and I want to get out of it. I'm like in a weird little funk and I feel weird. And then I find myself constantly texting my husband, like, what's baby doing now? What's baby doing now? And he's like, stop texting. Like the baby's fine.
Well, it's
Sarah
kind
gets
of
like that,
like
too.
because you went from one extreme to another, right? Like I think maybe it would, and I feel that I was trying to be super aware of this. Like sometimes you don't have a choice, right? I feel like I sort of had a choice with what I do that I was able to like line certain things up where I was like, okay, I feel good when I'm out of the house 1 day a week. Like
Right.
that's really good for me. 2 days a week is like a little much for me, mostly because my husband is now in the office most days. And so it is like we don't have any help at all.
Right.
So 2 days is a lot because I feel like I'm putting a lot on him while he's also working.
Right.
So now I'm like, all right, how do I set up my schedule so that I'm only really out of the house 1 full day, which like usually podcast day is my full day, right? Of like I'm doing podcast, then I'm doing client, then tonight I'm going somewhere with my mom. Like it's a full day that I'm gone.
Long day, yeah.
And all day yesterday, I took her to do a million things. We did gymnastics. We went to the park. We went to go get Red Robin for lunch. And like, then we had a whole shopping day, you know, like we did so many things yesterday. But I feel like I had to get to the point, again, because I had the choice. Sometimes we don't have the choice to like, yes, work is now Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and those are the days I have to be there, you know?
Right.
But yeah, because I felt that way too. I felt like I need to get back in the groove of things. And I was scheduling 2 days a week. And then I was like, okay, because we don't have the help, I don't have that freedom yet. Like, let's pull it back a little bit. And then I talked to my husband and was like, where do you feel comfortable? Where can we actually like, I can leave the house and you can cover things. And none of us are feeling the extra stress. It's like, this is what's good, you know? And so now we're like actually approaching a new phase where my mother-in-law and father-in-law are actually going to retire. And so we are in the new phase of like, oh, okay, what's it going to look like in a couple months where we actually could have the option to have help once a week, twice a week, you know? And so right now I'm kind of like, okay, we just signed her up for gymnastics. Like my mother and father-in-law can probably take her to that class every so often and I can just stay home and get work done. So now I'm like kind of in the finding yourself phase. I'm like, okay, I can actually take on another client. And like I have a couple other projects coming up that I felt before were too much for me, and like I wasn't able to do them. And now I'm like, oh, my mental clarity. Yeah, there's so much more like.
Okay, can we just stop and just talk about how dope this recording studio is? I feel like everyone hits me about like where it's at, how cool it is, what's the situation. It's called Project Studios in Monterey Park.
Everything is here, and the staff does everything for you as well. The editing, the producing, the lighting,
the cameras,
everything. But we need that good lighting. Yeah, we got it here.
And you could create such dope content here. Like downstairs is a full production area that literally is like for music videos, big scale production. And next door they even have a place where like you can do flat lays if you sell clothing, jewelry, whatever you sell. It's like professional level studio next door that you can use.
And it's only 9 minutes from downtown LA. And there's parking here. In LA, it's so annoying to find parking. And I know that was a big thing when we were looking for podcast space, was where in LA that we can all park and feel safe and feel comfortable. Yes. And that is here. Make sure to follow them on Instagram so you can see more of all the fun stuff they do at Project LA. And you can schedule a creative consultation at projectstudios.com.
Tell them we sent you. Because a lot of what we do, all three of us, is very creative. And I feel like being creative is very difficult when you don't have help, when you're breastfeeding 4 times a day, when there's like so many things going on in the house that you can't like. To be creative, you have to just be like still almost, and you have to like be in the mindset. And I think for me, I'm finally like, oh, I'm starting to work on like music stuff again, which like that's where all of us met, music industry things. And I thought I was done with that. And then recently I've been like, oh no, girl, you're not done with that. And I love that. I'm like,
and that's
I
where
have the
I
option,
am. Like I'm doing entertainment hosting. Like I'm working on a new show, and y'all know like this is my lane. Like this is what I want to do.
1000%.
So when I got it, I was so happy. My husband's like, this is what you wanted. This is what you've been wanting. And then I find myself driving to work in Burbank, which is freaking far from me.
Also where we all met.
Where we all met. Right.
Yeah.
TBT. Right. Also on the same street.
Oh my God.
Really?
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. So weird doing that exit.
Odds?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really weird. And going and it's in the evenings. So that's when I'm missing dinner. That's when I'm missing bedtime. It is amazing because when I head home, there's no traffic, which is chef's kiss.
So nice.
But it's like this, and my husband keeps saying, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. And I'm like, it is what I wanted and what I want. I just haven't found that comfort with both, like with me missing the bedtime.
So it's 3 days a week?
It's currently 2 days a week.
Okay, got it.
And then I'm also doing like big collabs that's happening right now for 4 months. So for the next 4 months, that get me out of the house as well.
Well, it also sounds like we're kind of going through a new identity.
Matrescence. Is that what we call it?
What?
I saw it on TikTok, guys. Okay, so like matrescence is like adolescence. When you become a mom, it's called like matrescence. I think that's how you pronounce it. Don't kill me.
Jaw on the floor.
What?
So
Literally. What?
I think that this is like, it's not our initial version of matrescence, because obviously that happens, I think, when we have the baby.
We become
but
mothers,
it's a new, I think it's a new phase, right? Like we're all kind of resettling into different ages again, and like the different ages allow a little bit more freedom if things are changing in the house and we have a little bit more help, if we have less help, like for us it was like we actually had way less help for a while because my husband's been so busy with work that like I was like, oh, this is a new adjustment where it's just me, like I am the full stay-at-home mom, but like I have to do everything else at night, like you're saying, like I would do bedtime, bath time, and then be on my phone while she's falling asleep, and I still do that, but now that I'm like, oh, we're gonna have help, this is like a new, like, what do I have? Where are you at with that, Nikki?
Well, kind of the same thing of like, who am I aside from being Saint's mom? Like, and that's what I always wanted too. I was telling Zaire when I was pregnant, like I don't want being a mom to be my full identity. So now I'm getting more opportunities. I can do things with work and expanding beyond that, where it's like not just motherhood, right? Like beyond that. But I find myself in like a tricky place, like experiencing a new sense of mom guilt, where I didn't really understand that before when people would be like, don't you feel bad that your kid's at home and I'm like out somewhere? And I'm like, no, I feel good.
Would people say that to you?
Yeah, people would be like, don't you feel guilty? Yeah.
They're not parents.
No, not parents.
Or parent would never say that to
or their parents,
parent.
but like back in the day parents. Like their kids are now like teenagers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like a work thing. And they'd be like, what, your kids like, don't you feel guilty? I'm like, nah, I feel good. Like I feel good.
And they're like, did you go to work today? Because
Right.
I'm going to work right now.
But I feel it in a way where like I work from home. Right.
Yes.
And so Saint is downstairs most of the time with my mom or with Zaire. And I just feel guilty sometimes. I'm like, he's right there. Or like he'll like call for me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know if I respond, then he'll cry.
Yeah.
So like I have to kind of ignore his cry.
Yeah.
As if I'm not there, but like he can still hear me like walking, whatever.
That's my issue because
Yeah.
I do work from home too.
Yeah.
And Santi knows what room I'm in. So
Yeah.
he'll come knock and say, Ma.
Yeah.
Because he knows I'm in there.
Yeah.
And Henry says now that I'm even gone more, he'll go to the door
Yeah.
and be knocking for me. And I'm like, why do you tell me this?
Yeah. I know.
Tell me.
Yeah. Or like when I'm at like a work thing, Zaire will like FaceTime me and I'm like, Saint's crying. I'm like, don't FaceTime me while
What?
he's crying.
No.
FaceTime is off limits.
I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know. But like anyway, but like I know. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so I
Yeah.
find myself with that. And then also find myself being frustrated because work is picking up more. I'm frustrated
Yeah.
because I need more help. And then also I'm getting distracted a lot of the time while I'm home with Saint.
Right.
And like he's napping and sometimes he doesn't nap and sometimes he needs my help when he naps. And then I just find myself being like in that weird position of like I need more help and we need more help, but also like can we afford more help? How does that
Yeah.
look like? And
Are
also
you comfortable with
if I'm even
outside help,
comfortable,
right?
Exactly. Like right
Yeah.
now, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not. Like aside from
I
like,
think that's going to be a big hurdle for me too.
Yeah.
And I know that like good safe help is out there, but
Yeah.
it's just that's a whole other scary world.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think that right now, even with the season that I'm in, like working more and like feeling the mom guilt from being out more, missing the bedtimes and missing the dinners, it really makes me think even more like, how could I start all over with another baby?
Oh my
I know.
gosh, right. How does this look
Even
like with
more,
another
even more
sense?
with everything happening right now. And I like talk to my sister about it all the time because she has to. And I'm like, I can't see it. Like I can't, it doesn't make sense to me.
Do you feel like your sister, the position that she's in her life now, do you feel like does she feel back to like who she was before? I don't know if you ever do feel like back to who you were before, but like, do you feel like she's getting a good grasp?
Yes, and also her kids are older now, so she's like kind of out of it. And you know when you're out of it, you're just like out of it. Like when you're out of that newborn fog, you kind of remember all of it, but like
barely remember.
You don't remember like the really hard stuff.
Yeah.
Like when Santi was a week old, we're like, we're not doing this again. And then 3 months later, we're like, we could do this again.
Yeah.
Right. Like, cause you're out of it, you know? So
Yeah.
she's, I think enough out of it where she's like, and she's so like, and I want another one too. That's the thing. But I'm like, I'm already feeling this way with one and we're kind of getting into a groove.
Yeah.
Like throwing myself back into it and starting all over again. And then she just tells me it's always easier with the second one. You've already done this. You already know what to do. And I'm like, I get all that.
Yes.
I do get all that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away.
Yeah. But
yeah.
you won't know until you know. But like, do I want to know that? I don't know.
Yeah. I think having friends who are in their second with like very young newborn throws right now, like I think it is easier. Like she basically told me all those people that say it's easier, it's not. You know, and I'm like, okay, that's what I figure. I mean, obviously it's 2 children. You have to take care of 2 children. There's things that are easier about it, which is, yes, you know. But I feel like because she's deep in it right now, she's able to be like super honest, you know, and like I'm obviously seeing like her husband already had to go back to work. So it's like she's doing 2 kids very much like 3 weeks into postpartum, you know, and so I feel like, as we know, it's hard. Like you kind of just fall off the face of the earth and you're like in your little newborn cave. And I look at her and I'm like, oh my God, could I do that again? Especially because like all of us have different careers. Like her career, she is a teacher. So she can like take the time and like go back to hopefully the district that she was working in, you know? And I think for us, like being creatives, I'm just kind of like, okay, if I start over again, like, do I really want to jump back into a career when I'm like 40? Is that too late for our industry? You know, like I just like go through all those thoughts like you're saying, like where am I going to be at, you know?
The blessing with our career though.
Yeah.
That we
right.
can do that. That we can be like, you know what, I'm going to take a pause right now because I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Like not everybody gets that luxury. Some women have to go back 6 weeks after they give birth, you know? Fortunately, we would choose, well, like, I'm barely choosing to open up and, like, start picking that up.
Yep.
And I feel
but
like
I'm glad that I am.
Yeah. I think we're also at the leading edge of how it looks like to be a mom that's, like, we're not in our 40s yet, but, like, when it gets there, because the representation we had before, like, we didn't see it. Like, we still can't. It's hard to see it, right? But I feel like we're kind of leading edge of that, of, like, being a mom at 40 something, like, running our, you know, our businesses, our, you know, entrepreneurship, too. It's like we are the face of it because we're trying it at the same time, you know,
we're
or
like
leading edge of it.
Out. So, I feel like it's such a blessing, I think, that all of us are able to be home with our kids and, like, choose somewhat to a degree our schedule and, like, have the flexibility, because I do think, like, that's the dream, right? Like, it's like sometimes I know that we have to make financial sacrifices for that to be the situation sometimes. But I think, like, for me, I keep thinking, you know, I don't think we're never going to get this time back with our first babies where it's like just us and them and like having that flexibility, you know, because if and when we do have a second, it's going to be slightly less flexible, you know, when you have two little ones to think about. Yeah. So I feel like every day, like even yesterday when I took her out for that full day, I was like, okay, I get to do this. Like I get to choose, like, because the days before that we had just got home from vacation and I was like kind of in a funk where I'm like, oh, I just need to get all this work done. And so let's just stay at the house and like be around here. And then a few hours later, I was like, Kristine, you could literally do whatever the hell you want tomorrow. Yeah. Whatever. You could drive to the beach. Yeah. You could go to Disneyland. You could do literally whatever. Why are you not using that right now? Like you have free will, you know? And so I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, what are all the fun things we're going to do? I'm going to sign her for a gymnastics class. I'm going to do it. And I just like got online and did all these things because I was like, the day after that's my full work day and I can't be in mom mode. Right. So how do I like fully like to the utmost be in mom mode today with her? Yeah. You know? So I feel like it's this new stage where they're all not like babies anymore, which is like crazy.
Which also makes me sad. Like going back to the finishing breastfeeding, I'm like, there's no baby. Like there's no little baby in this house. Yeah, we gotta get a baby in this house. Like that's where my mind goes. Like I have all of the things. Like I have all the things.
My mind is like, there's no limit. Thank God.
No,
like,
see, because
I don't have to pick up things. There's no child trying to kill themselves.
For me, I don't want a full end and full start over. I'm like, I have all the baby things here. They're all right there. Like the breastfeeding pillow. Like, do I want to go put that away in the garage and get it out in a year?
Yeah.
No. Like I kind of just want to rip that Band-Aid off. But then I tell you, like, then the work thing, like right now it's hard. And I'm like, it's never going to be rainbows. Yeah. It's never going to be easy. So we just have to look at what like our luxuries are. Our luxuries are that we do kind of get to make our own schedules and be at home.
How do you feel about the no baby in the house, Nikki?
I don't know. I want another baby. You know, and we went on vacation recently, and we went up north to hang out with my cousin and all of her babies, all her kids, like older kids. Yeah. And seeing all the kids play together, felt like I got to experience a glimpse of my childhood in the 90s. Mm-hmm. It felt very 90s, the way that the kids were in the living room. Like the TV wasn't on at all. Yeah. They're playing together, playing separately. They're outside, they're inside. And I was like, this makes me feel, again,
Are you going to tell us you're moving to a farm?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Can you see me on a farm?
I saw your post and you're like, this is what it's all about. I'm like, oh my God, Nikki's moving. Nikki's out of here.
No, but see, that was like.
We're city girls for life.
I ain't no. City girl.
Yeah, but where I'm going with this is like, I loved seeing him play. Yeah. And then I was like, I want to give him that opportunity to have like the best friend. Yeah. You know, and then also when I was thinking of like, this is what life's all about, is like sunset, you know, the kids are playing. Like, I'm not worried about bills. I'm not worried about groceries. I'm not worried about beef. I'm not worried about drama. I'm not worried about nothing, because this is what matters. Like my kid playing, like all family, like everything that we have and we need is right here. Yeah. And then I had another moment where
my sister-in-law, my cousin, and I were having coffee like early in the morning, right? And it was like a slow morning. The kids are all playing, and I was sitting on the patio, and I'm like, man, I miss this. I used to have slow mornings all the time when it was just me living alone.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have any other sounds, just like a slow morning. And I was texting Zaire, and he was back home, and I was like, man, like I miss these slow mornings. And he was like, well, you wanted to have a baby. And I was like, thanks. But also then I thought to myself again, like, just because I have a baby doesn't mean that I can't have slow mornings again. It just looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
And that in that moment also made me feel like I can have everything that I want. It looks different, but I can still have a slow morning, and I can have multiple kids, and like they're playing with each other, you know. So that felt like
that's the goal.
Inspirational to me.
Yeah.
So I'm down to thug it out with the newborn stage. I know we have a whole episode of this of like, do we want baby number 2 or not? But I'm down to do it again.
But we're constantly thinking about it still.
I feel like we're overthinking about it.
I feel like that's normal. And I think it's exactly that.
Yeah.
We're overthinking. And that's what I'm saying. Like, nothing is going to be perfect, even for our first. Nothing was perfect. We weren't millionaires. We weren't, nothing was perfect, but we did it. We made it work. And like, you're never going to be ready.
You know what? That actually reminds me, because I have some homegirls who, like, it sounds like they're overthinking it, and they're like reaching the same ages of like almost 40, and like, do I want a baby? Do I not? And I'm like, you're overthinking it. Just do it. So then I'm like, oh, I'm becoming that voice that I hated
For the second.
but then also low key for the second, because moms who have 2 and 3, they're like, just do it. So I feel like
it's a Band-Aid. It's a big Band-Aid.
It's a big Band-Aid.
Just rip that thing
It's a big bandage that you just have to rip off.
Yeah. And I think there's a mindset too, like, I notice, for me, I'm like, maybe I just won't, like, I think like,
and that's okay.
Hearing you guys see those things and like be excited about it, like, I'm like, no. Like, I look at baby photos of Poppy and I miss that, right? Like, I miss her being a newborn.
Right.
And I'm not being a newborn, being like,
a baby.
4 to 9 months. Like, I miss that time because I miss her being that small. And she loves looking at all that stuff of her too, and we watch it a lot. But I feel like when I see all the baby stuff, or like, I think about like baby proofing the house again. I think about like, all that kind of stuff. I still feel like, thank God we're out of that phase.
See,
like,
we are full and still baby proof. So that's why like my mind is still like,
but you know what?
Let's just keep it going.
I love this perspective though, Kristine, because we posted this on social, like a clip of us talking about baby number 2.
Yeah.
Like, you were like, I don't know, 60-40, right?
Yeah.
And we had some women comment, and they're like, hell nah, I'm one and done.
Yeah.
And like, that's okay. Let's normalize that.
Yeah.
And so if you are one and done, like, I love that perspective with us 3 of you being like, nah. Like,
it's not for me.
I'm done, and that's completely okay.
Thank you.
It's whatever we are all comfortable with.
Hell yeah.
It's sort of this thing where when Drew and I were talking about it last, he's like, if we once we finally make the decision, it feels like we can move forward, right? Like, that's kind of how it feels. This weird like unknowing, because we still can't have kids. We're still like in that phase, for all of us. And I feel like once we make that decision, we're moving forward with whatever that goal is, right? So it's like, for me, I feel like, okay, when are we finally going to make the decision? I think that's what, as a type A person, I'm like,
you just want to know what the plan is.
I just need a plan. But then I'm like, normally I know what the plan is. And in this situation, I don't know what the plan is.
You still don't.
I still don't.
But
and
also,
I'm worried to like do the plan and then be like, you knew this was like, I feel, I guess, more so than anything, it's like a more societal pressure that I feel the need to like at least be open to it. And like, because of my little self thinking, you're going to have multiple kids. That's mostly what it is. My current self is like, I don't want to get pregnant again. I don't want to give birth again. I don't want to have a newborn again. I don't want to go through, all that stuff. And like, again, like, I feel like you're so like, it's fine, I'll rip the bit. And I'm like, hell no. You know what I mean?
And
I
it's
think
a cast. It's not coming off.
Something will be broken. And I think that broken thing too, like, is the postpartum depression. Like, I honestly was like, I was not able to enjoy a lot of it because of that. And I think because I'm not so much of it worried about it happening again, because I know that I made it through it and I could do it again if I had to. But I'm also like, God damn, I'm so happy right now.
Yeah.
And so I keep on thinking to myself, like, is it better for me to be this happy for my current child than it is for me to possibly get to where I was before and also now have two children that I obviously want to be there for, not only for just for them, but for myself.
Right.
Like, I want to be a happy person who like is doing what I want, like I'm doing right now. And again, I just know, like, I think because I'm type A, I think because I'm anxious, like I can't just go with the flow. Like, it's not like, oh, if we accidentally get, you know, like I
this
can't
actually
do
makes
it,
sense
you know?
because
like,
you're type C and I'm type B. So we're more on like,
Yeah.
don't figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We're just gonna figure it out. And she's like, no,
And I'm
I
like,
need
no.
a plan,
Yes.
full on plan.
I
So
need to
what
know
if
the
you had-
outcome.
So what if y'all are like, nah, like no more kids, and you guys are cool with that, and then like, oops, you
I
guys
know.
get
I know.
pregnant.
And we've thought about like certain times where
That's
we
when our
thought it
condom
could
sponsor
be
comes
a-
in.
But the
By the way,
moment-
we're open to condom sponsors.
Yes.
We would love a condom
Yes.
sponsor.
Yes.
the moments that I have where I think like that's even a possibility, because honestly, when we're on vacation, sometimes when I'm going to start my period, I have pregnancy like symptoms, which sometimes
man.
is nausea. Like,
Yeah.
so when we were in Big Bear, I kept on like gagging on my toothbrush, and my husband looks at me, he's like, uh-oh. And I'm like, no. And then I'm like, oh, you know, my initial
You're like,
reaction
maybe.
is like, no. I'm like, no, this can't happen. And so I feel like, yeah, I'm just not the person to like have a surprise in my
Yeah.
life.
That's
especially
actually
that big,
very true.
you know?
That's valid. Yeah,
I
Kristine is
cannot,
not.
no surprises. Like
Yeah.
a surprise party, yes.
Yeah.
A surprise baby, absolutely not.
No.
So I think when we've had those emotions, we've both been like, but then he seems a little more open than I do at that point. And so I'm like,
Interesting, because he
Who-
wasn't.
yeah, no,
He's not
like,
normally,
At the
yeah.
minute you tell me we're not, like I'm
Yeah.
fully on that lane of like, here we go. Now we got more money. Now,
Yeah.
you know, all those kinds of things. And so I feel like I'm like, yeah, I do think we need to decide. I guess like my thought is that's just you putting that in your own head that you need to decide right now. It's okay. Just like take a breath. You don't have to make a decision. Live in the moment. I think for like all of us, living in the moment is amazing. And I think again, you guys being type B and type C, you do that a little bit more than I'm able to, but I'm working on it.
And I think at the end of the day, like everyone can tell us, because like we could tell like how we feel to anyone, right?
Yes.
And anyone listening, but they'll be like, they'll tell you like, why only one is the greatest decision, or why two at this age gap, whatever age gap, is the greatest
Yes.
decision too,
Yes.
right?
Right.
But whatever you're feeling is gonna outweigh those decisions. Like
Yes,
I was
very
at the
true.
park literally yesterday, and there was this mom with a little girl the same age as Santi, 1 month apart, and her husband was carrying a little baby.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like I want to ask her, you know, how it is with the two. So I'm like, what's the age gap? And she's like 2 years, 4 months. And I'm like, wow. And
That
I'm
would
like,
be like you.
right now.
if you got
Like
pregnant
if I got
right
pregnant
now.
right now.
Now.
So I asked her, I'm like, we are lightly discussing like number
Lightly.
2, and she sees Santi and her daughter are 1 month apart. We had already said that. And then she's like, I would wait. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, why? She's like, I would wait until he's like 4, because developmentally it's hard on the toddler. Like the newborn is fine. The newborn is sleep, eat, poop, right? Like a newborn's fine. And I'm fine with the newborn and I'm fine with the toddler, but the toddler isn't fine because the toddler doesn't understand like now time now their time is being split up and all of that. And so I'm just listening to her, but also my sister's kids are the same age gap as well. And I've obviously had this conversation with my sister, and it's the like way you introduce it to the toddler.
It could also, so her the toddler was a girl?
They're both girls.
See, and I
She had
feel
2
like
girls.
gender also plays
A role
in it.
sure.
Like having a little boy versus having a little girl, having 2 of the same gender.
Right.
I feel like that kind of like makes it slightly different.
Different,
know?
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So hers were both girls. And I was just letting her tell me, and she was like, I would wait. And I'm like, well, thank you for sharing that. And I walked away thinking, I'm still going to listen to my sister. Like, at the end of the day, you already know where your mind is.
yeah.
You're going to listen to where you already are.
And I would have heard that and been like, yep, she's right.
Exactly.
I
Because that's where your mind already is.
Yep.
So, like, at the end of the day, like, everyone can tell us why this is the best or that is the best. And at the end of the day, you still know what you want.
know.
Like, you still feel it. You still know what it is. And so, like, I appreciate this woman for sharing that with me. And I think, like, also every family is so different. The dynamic is different. Does she have to go to her 9 to 5 every day? Does she have to work nights? Like all of those things play a factor too. I don't know
1000%.
exactly everything they're doing.
Yeah.
I only know what's
Whether
me and
they
my
have
family is
help
doing.
or they don't.
Right, whether they have
Because
help.
you guys have good help, which is like
We have
such
great
a
help.
big factor. I feel like
Trustworthy,
a lot of help,
yeah.
no help.
Right.
And so I feel like the no
That's
help
also
boat
very different. Yeah.
is like, we might be sailing.
Yeah.
You know, we might be sailing with one baby.
So season
That's
2.
okay, yeah. Ooh.
Oh my god.
We don't even know. Season 2, maybe we're all in the same boat, just with our ones and growing as moms and babies.
According to the poll, everyone thinks you're gonna get pregnant first.
I
Which
know.
is great.
Oh, right.
Then they
Because
voted me second, which no, guys. Nikki's definitely
Maybe
second.
it's a surprise.
Yeah.
The surprise is gonna happen.
Yes.
But maybe not. Who knows?
You never
Again,
know,
like trying to juggle the work balance, the finding my new self balance, and then I can't even imagine like throwing in a baby. Honestly,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I want it, but I can't imagine it.
Yes.
It would be another big step back for me personally.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be great for the podcast.
Yeah.
Do it for the podcast.
Right. So on that end,
podcast.
season 2.
Yeah.
Yes. We're gonna be.
When is season 2? Okay,
Oh my God.
let's not get
We
ahead
don't
of
even
ourselves.
know.
Season
We
2
don't even
will
know.
be coming. Season
Yes,
1
but-
was so fun.
We had
So fun.
we had our first guest this season.
Yes, we did.
We talked
Which was
about
amazing.
so many different things, and guys, we went through the whole like timeline of our babies. And even when I listen to those old episodes, like I think even our listeners, like those of you who have reached out and told me when you're listening to certain episodes, I think, oh my gosh, this is always going to remind them of the time where they
Yeah.
were breastfeeding.
Yeah.
So our listeners were listening to these podcasts overnight breastfeeding, and now maybe you're not breastfeeding anymore. You know, like
Milestones.
being
We've
part
gone
of
through
those
milestones
moments with you all is like making me want to cry.
Yeah.
But and then where all of your babies were at when you first started listening to the pod versus where they're at now, like we would love to hear.
I
if
would
you-
love to know.
if you want to share, because it's kind of like they're all growing up together, and I think that's beautiful. And I think for season 2, we are going to be bringing in more guests.
More guests.
way more
Yep.
guests.
Mhm.
And we're excited to share who those are going to be because it's going to be fun.
It's exciting. Yeah. And then
More
we'll see.
guests,
More
more
guests.
vibes, and maybe more babies.
Ooh,
Maybe, or
And on
maybe
that
not.
note,
Maybe
and on
not.
that note.
maybe not.
So
That's
yes,
fun.
season 2
Yeah.
coming soon.
Yay!
Thanks so much for hanging out with us on Nightclubs to Night Feeds. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we are, of course, always continuing the conversation on our social media. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Nightclubs to Night Feeds. That's at Nightclubs, the number 2, and then Night Feeds. Make sure to follow us and let us know if there's a topic you want us to cover. Can't wait to chat next time.